I can't believe I just done loads of recording, right, and I turned the video off instead of on. This is old age thing getting here again, isn't it? This is fucking old age shit. Anyway, what I was saying is that due to the increase in ethanol in fuel going up to E10 in the UK now, which I've already noticed is on the pumps. You're not supposed to be out till September, but it's already on the pumps. So we might already be using it. Anyway, it's not a lot of bottle for the old British bikes and the old classic bikes, especially if you're going to leave the petrol in over winter or when you're not using them, because all the water settles to the bottom and starts rusting all your bits. Which I noticed actually at the beginning of the year when I was working on this bike. I noticed the carb on the inside, which holds the main jet and the needle jet, it had started going rusty. So never noticed that before, and I've got specks of rust on inside of the tank as well, which never had before. So it's time to start opening ourselves a petrol refinery around the garage, so when the bikes need filling up, I can come along, extract the water from the petrol. And I'm surprised how many videos there are on YouTube about it, but I'm just adding this one anyway just to show you how I'm going to do it. I mean, I've got the an old, I think that's 1/2 inch BSP petrol tap fitting off a Triumph. I had a couple of spare ones of them, so I had a couple of spare. They had a nut on each, so I used one nut off this one and one nut off the other one, and then just sort of like clamped them together on the inside there. We've got the filter as well, which is handy. Always handy to have a filter. Got 2 filters on this bit of tube. And the drain off for the water it goes down through. I haven't quite finished it yet, but you've got one of those on the bottom, copper fitting, drilled a hole through the table. It goes through there, and then what will happen is once I'm waiting for a shut off valve that I can put on the other side of that, and I'll have a hose connected to that, so when I need to drain the water off, because I don't want it coming up to the petrol tap really, and you want about sort of so much water in it to start with, and then once the water starts coming out of the ethanol, it'll start rising, so I use the drain off tap to run it off a little bit, and I'll just run it off into the tank down there, and then tip it away, and that should leave me with ethanol free petrol. So as soon as I get me stock cock, or the gate valve, which will connect in I can't really see it, but they'll connect. I might have to change something around here, take the door off or something. But yeah, that'll connect in there with a hose rolled up there, so every time I need to empty the water, just take the tube out and Bob's your uncle. And the height of this tank actually, and the length of that tube, I could just like run my bikes in there and fill them up like a garage. Or just fucking tip it into a container and then tip it into the bike. Yeah, it might be Mark II where this tank's a bit higher, so I'll have a better run into the bike tanks. Anyway, until I get me gate valve, stock cock gate valve, whatever you want to call it, I'll come back when I've got that, and we can start doing some refining, some water removal from the ethanol petrol. So I'll be back. Maybe wants to go up underneath, and I can just drain it off, shut it off. So stick that on. Right, so almost ready to carry on with it. I've got some water here that I'm going to put in with the petrol. So before we do that, add a bit of food colour into it. Make it nice and dark blue, so that we can see it easy on the side of the. So you can see it easy on the side of the container. Let's put that there. Stop. That's all in place. Don't think there's any leaks. Don't want to be any leaks. Right, so that's that. Get put that over there for the minute. Get our 20 litres of petrol. There's our 20 litres of petrol with our premium 97 octane super unleaded. If I want to just tip the water in there. Petrol and our water mix now. What you've got to do now what you've got to do with that is shake the fucking tits out of it. Give it a good couple of minutes. See if I can do it. It's quite heavy. Perhaps I should do it at 10 litres at a time next time. Alright, hang on. Fucking not lying. Good old shake up. Once you think you've done that enough, what we'll do then is pour it into using the flip. So it goes all over the place now. And I'll be able to see if my taps down the bottom leaks as well. I haven't really tested that yet. So I should have checked that first, really. So let's get it in there. Nice colour green. Move the camera around so you can see what I can see around the other side. You can see the blue line there now, where the blue line is where the water is. That's where all the water is. So overnight you need to leave that for about for at least 12 hours. Just leave it for all the mix to settle and fall to the bottom, all the water to fall to the bottom. and after 12 hours we can start draining off the water-free, ethanol-free fuel. Zoom out so we can have a look inside. There you can see the water in there down the bottom. I can see like micro bubbles in the fuel. So once that's all gone, it's quite clear actually. You can see little water droplets everywhere in there. You can also see bits and pieces floating on top of the water, between the water and the fuel. So I don't know if you can, don't know if that's focusing really good enough in there. All I want now is to drop the camera in there, cause a spark, and blow my fucking self up in the garage. Right, anyway, so that's that side of it done. Now I've got to do is wait until. That's clever, isn't it? Having a kettle and a gas cooker next to me petrol refinery. I won't be using that. Don't worry about that. But yeah, so we'll come back tomorrow. And so this is next morning. I've drained the water off the bottom, and now I'm just draining the petrol out into the container down there. And here's the bottle of water. It's got a little bit of crud on the top. That's how much water come out of it. So it's the whole bottle. I think, I can't remember, I'll have to check the beginning of the video. I thought the water was up to about here that I put in. Could have been up to about there. But anyway, we've got so much more extra water out of that fuel. I think there might actually be ethanol on the top of that. I'm not sure if it's actually water. But fuel, I think you see where I drained it out mostly at the bottom. So obviously there's always going to be a little bit left in there. But what we do is we just swish that about for the next batch that will go in there. So just drain out as much as we can, really. And I'll fill that up. And there we go, ethanol free petrol in that container for the old bikes. That'll do me. So that's me set up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.